as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Christ the royal master leads against the foe. Forward into battle, see his banners go. Onward, Christian soldiers, marching as to war, with the cross of Jesus going on before. Oh, for a faith that will not shrink, though pressed by every foe, that will not tremble on the brink of any earthly woe, that will not murmur or complain beneath a chastening rod, but in the hour of grief or pain will lean upon its God. A faith that shines more bright and clear when tempest rage without, that when in danger knows no fear, in darkness feels no doubt. Lord, give us such a faith as this, and then whate'er may come, we'll taste and hear the hallowed bliss of an eternal home. A charge to keep I have, a God to glorify, a never-dying soul to save, and fit it for the sky, to serve the present age, my calling to fulfill. Oh, may it all my powers engage to do my Master's will. Arm me with jealous care, as in thy sight to live, and O thy servant, Lord, prepare a strict account to give. Help me to watch and pray, and on thyself rely, assured if I my trust betray, I shall forever die. Rise up, O men of God, have done with lesser things, give heart and mind and soul and strength to serve the King of Kings. Rise up, O men of God, his kingdom tarries long. Bring in the day of brotherhood and end the night of wrong. Rise up, O men of God, the church for you doth wait, her strength unequal to her task. Rise up and make her great. Lift high the cross of Christ, tread where his feet have trod, as brothers of the Son of Man, rise up, O men of God. Good evening, and again, good evening. I am Levi, your host, your servant for this hour, striving to edify you, uplift you, encourage you to more faithful service, greater heights of service in the kingdom of our Lord. In the background, we have CJ, finally, Wanderer come home. Glad to have you back, CJ. Glad to have you on the tech part. I got so flustered trying to do it myself. Oh. Laura, good evening. Good to have you with us tonight. We have, I don't know. We had a suggestion in the reading tonight. As for a topic for tonight, this edition of Evening Edification. No, I'm going to do number 236 first. And remember, CJ, you have to put titles so people can find them. Yes, I know I'm running from the same book you are tonight, but I mean, you know. One what? 1 minute? One avenue? One song? I'm not doing the 1 second thing. I'm not O'Shea. He just learned it from me. Oh. 1 hour. Oh. Maybe that's what he means. 1 hour. Not 1 hour. I'm doing my best to keep it down to an hour. We have this lovely big red timer up in the upper left-hand corner of my screen that says that we've been live now for 7 minutes and 20 seconds, including the 5-minute intro video where we get everything done. Let you get the PowerPoint. What do you need a PowerPoint for? I don't think you have a PowerPoint on this one. Oh, that. Okay. Oh, boy, I tell you, I'm slow. I am slow this night. I'm eating a bit of a piece of turkey jerky. I'm taking it slow. Because O'Shea made this wonderful turkey jerky, but he did the whole turkey jerky in hot. I'm wondering where the other batch is that isn't hot. It's got a really good flavor to it, though. CJ, you want a piece? Here you go. If you're having trouble with sinuses, this is guaranteed to clear them for about the space of 5 minutes. Hey, Sue, you found us. Yes. Sue, and hey, there's Teresa. Hey, Teresa. So we've got Laura Brunk, we have Sue Ross, we have Teresa Barrow. Awesome. Where's Reba? Where's Gloria? Well, I'm sure they'll come in time. O'Shea already tagged them, so. CJ made it back, as I was just saying to Laura and everybody else. Well, there was only Laura, I think, and O'Shea in here beforehand. CJ, have you got that about ready yet? Ah, there he is. I've got 3 verses on this. Uh-oh. Well, I hope it's still in the fridge. You might want to look into that and find out where it went. We'll sing a couple of songs and then we'll get into our topic for the night. CJ wants me to sing number 407, and before that, I had already picked out number 236 in this book, which is I Have Heard of a Land. So if you will, join me. For those running the blue songbook, I Have Heard of a Land is number... Is this Jones? Yeah, this is Jones. 276. And for those of you who aren't running the blue book, I don't know which one you're running, so I can't help you. But CJ can, because he's got the PowerPoint right up there on the screen. So if you will follow along, let's sing. I have heard of a land on a faraway strand. In the Bible the story is told, where cares never come, never darkness nor gloom, and nothing shall ever grow old. In that beautiful land on a faraway strand, no storms with their blasts ever frown. The streets, I am told, is paved with pure gold, and the sun it shall never grow down. There are evergreen trees that bend follow in the breeze. I'm already off on it. Let me start that one again. There are evergreen trees that bend flow in the breeze, and their fruitage is brighter than gold. There the throne of God stands in that fairest of lands, and nothing shall ever grow old. In that beautiful land on the faraway strand, no storms with their blasts ever frown. The street, I am told, is paved with pure gold, and the sun it shall never go down. There's a home in that land at the Father's right hand. There are mansions whose joys are untold. Then perennial spring, where the saints ever sing, and nothing shall ever grow old. In that beautiful land on the faraway strand, no storms with their blasts ever frown. The street, I am told, is paved with pure gold, and the sun it shall never go down. Okay, I'll admit that was not the exact one I was looking for initially, but that's okay. That one still was pretty. 406 was it, or 407? Look back up there. 407. He leadeth me. Alrighty, you got that one, CJ? I'm going to see if I can find the other one, because the other one was in the blue book. It's right across the page, I think, and so I'm going to see if I can find the other one. because I do want the other one. There it is. So I got the next one, the other one after that. Sue says not the one she was expecting either. Now the question was it the one that CJ had up on the screen? Did you have the right one up on the screen there on the last song? You don't know? I, when I'm sharing the screen, when I have the split windows on here, the browser window is small enough I can't see what you've got up on the screen other than it's music. Okay, he leadeth me. He leadeth me, O blessed thought, O words with heavenly comfort fraught. Whate'er I do, where'er I be, still 'tis God's hand that leadeth me. He leadeth me by his own hand, he leadeth me. His faithful follower I would be, for by his hand he leadeth me. Sometimes mid scenes of deepest gloom, sometimes where Eden's bowers bloom, by waters still or troubled sea, still 'tis his hand that leadeth me. He leadeth me by his own hand, he leadeth me. His faithful follower I would be, for by his hand he leadeth me. And when my task on earth is done, when by thy grace the victory's won, in death's cold wave I will not flee, since God through Jordan leadeth me. He leadeth me by his own hand, he leadeth me. His faithful follower I would be, for by his hand he leadeth me. Now, the song I was thinking of earlier, and O'Shea, I want you to boot up StreamYard and come in and join us, was Never Grow Old. You got that one? I have to look around my camera because it's sitting right in smack dab in where CJ's face is. Because CJ's hiding his face from the camera, so it sits right smack dab behind my camera. You can either do Where Will Never Grow Old, or I Have Heard of a Land, either one. But this one is by James C. Moore, whereas the other one was by Mark M. Jones. And Teresa, that's number 277 in the Blue Book. I hope O'Shea heard me on that one, because the topic that I'm going to be getting into is one that he's going to want to chime in on, because he has experiential knowledge of. Does that make sense, CJ? Experiential knowledge? That means he has experience. I think CJ put me on mute. Must have been my singing. There went his keyboard again. By the time he gets to Friday, probably by the time he gets to next Friday, he's going to end up having to buy a new keyboard because of the amount of times he keeps hitting it with his head as he's laughing. Oh, I love my buddy. That kid is on fire, and I don't have a problem telling anybody about it. He's always on fire for the Lord and keeps my fire lit, I can tell you that. Although he might think I'm an old wet blanket sometimes. Yeah, I saw that. I saw that. All right, number 204 in the book, Never Grow Old. He's got it up on the screen. Here we go. Let's sing it while O'Shea is getting himself around to coming in. I have heard of a land on a faraway strand. 'Tis the beautiful home of the soul, built by Jesus on high, where we never shall die. 'Tis a land where we never grow old. It's not in here. Never grow old, never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old. Never grow old, never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old. In that beautiful land where we'll never more roam, we shall be in the sweet by and by. Happy praise to the King, through eternity sing. 'Tis a land where we never shall die. Never grow old, never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old. Never grow old, never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old. When our work here is done, and the life crown is won, and our troubles and trials are o'er, all our sorrow will end, and our voices will blend with the loved ones who've gone on before. Never grow old, never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old. Never grow old, never grow old, in a land where we'll never grow old. Amen. Something to look forward to, is it not? A land where we'll never grow old. Set that off to the side for the moment. O'Shea should be coming in soon. Sue Ross wanted to know, not too much, only the last 20 minutes worth of actual talking. Sue Ross suggested in the reading a topic for tonight, seeing as how this is singing, Bible, and chatting, that we actually talk about how to make turkey jerky, or jerky in any effect. And, oh, I heard a beep. O'Shea is coming in somewhere. And I bet you his camera is not working. This, by the way, right here is half of a turkey.
How about now?
Ah, yes, I can hear you now.
Half of a turkey breast.
Okay, half of a turkey breast of one of our home-raised turkeys. Just half.
It weighed 3 pounds and 0.9 ounces, I think.
Per breast?
Yeah.
Vera says, I don't want to know how to make it. I just want to eat it. so does CJ. He thought amazingly enough, it's very simple to make. I say that because I never make it. Only O'Shea does.
Those arts only I will know how to make. No.
I will say I helped you with the first couple of batches, and then I let you run with it yourself.
Yeah.
We bought a dehydrator at a auction, I think, or either that or it was gifted to us. I can't remember which.
We've bought 2 dehydrators.
The second one I know we bought. I know for sure that we bought at the auction.
We bought one at an auction. That's the one that broke. The one we have now is given to us by our uncle.
Oh, okay. Plus, if you use that's a good point there. Sue says because she can determine the amount of heat or spice in it. So that's why she wants to make it. But you can make it also of your own ingredients, and it's going to be better and more healthy for you. And just as a side note, it's also very addictive. If you look, this here, you can kind of see.
It's candied, isn't it? Looks really neat.
You can kind of see the peppercorn sitting right on the very top edge of that. Actually, that's not even a peppercorn. That's a pepper seed. And
now, what if that one's a one from the homemade?
No, you want it, CJ?
CJ be like, who's a good boy? Who's a good boy?
Just TJ. I go over here, and his head goes over that side of the screen. I go over here, and his head goes the other side.
Be like that bacon commercial for the dog treats. Bacon.
So I'm actually gonna make this bigger so I can see all the participants and stuff. That's better. That's way better. Okay. One of the things that you want to do when you're making, regardless of what meat you're using, whether it be turkey, it be venison like we do, or beef, you want to make sure that you do not slice them thicker than basically 1/4 of an inch. The thinner the slice, the better it is, but you don't want it too thin, such as, if it's under 1/8 of an inch, it's not good.
If you can get it paper thin, there's something wrong, and you are too skilled.
Jason says, y'all are too funny. CJ says, I will sit for you. I can see it right in the Doug voice. I will sit for you. Squirrel.
5 seconds later, squirrel.
Good evening, George.
Your voice sounds funny. I know.
Oh, that's terrible. So the basic thing is when you're slicing your meat, slice it between an eighth of an inch to a quarter of an inch, and the closer to the eighth of an inch that you get, the better off you are for um, curing time. What we did
Yeah.
with the turkey, is we actually took the turkey breasts off of the carcass, obviously, and we smoked them. How long did we smoke these ones for, O'Shea? Do you remember?
Oh, I'd say it ought to have been close, anywhere between 4 to 6 hours.
Okay, so about 4 to 6 hours at most. Had a nice smoked rind to it, and then O'Shea brought them in and he sliced them.
But we made sure not to cook it
Right. You don't
too
want to cook
much.
it, you want to smoke it. But you slice it then about an eighth of an inch thick, and then O'Shea marinated it for. Did you marinate it for what? 30 minutes.
The spicy? The
Yes.
spicy went overnight because I had venison jerky, the spicy venison jerky in the dehydrator. So
Okay.
it
So
marinated overnight.
it was at least 8 hours, and the non-spicy, the teriyaki, has been marinating ever since, wherever it went.
No, that's just the original.
Oh, you didn't use you didn't use teriyaki.
No.
Hmm.
You wanted plain, is what you said. So I put it in milk with just a little bit of salt while it was waiting to go on the dehydrator.
I wonder where that is.
I think it may have gotten moved out to the second fridge, but I haven't looked. The unprocessed turkey.
Which needs to go into the dehydrator. We have one of those 7-stacked trays.
Maybe said he doesn't know.
And you don't have to smoke first. No.
I just
with the venison, with the turkey, we decided we wanted to try the. Oh, that seed went down the wrong windpipe. Hang on. Whew. Okay, with the turkey, we decided we want. This is our very first time ever doing turkey, so we decided we wanted to try to smoke it and see how it would come out with a flavor. And I must say that the smoked flavor really does it justice. But with our venison, we don't smoke it. We just simply, slab it as I call it, slab it and marinate it. Bacon. This is jerky, not bacon. yeah, I'm okay. Just cut it and
CJ.
I don't know, Sue, if your meat counters out there do it. If you can, you could have your meat counters cut your the turkey breast or the beef, if you want to use beef or whatever, to about an eighth of an inch in thickness, between an eighth and a quarter. And then when you get home, then you just cut it into strips, like about as wide as you would bacon strips.
An inch in width is pretty good.
That's about as wide as a bacon strip.
Yeah, but a little bit more is a little bit okay, I guess. What I found is it comes down to personal preference. In almost
once
everything.
You've marinated it, and we do recommend the marinade for about a good 8 hours anyway. 30 minutes is like kind of a speed marinade, but you want to give it a good chance to actually percolate through the meat. Good to have you back too, CJ. Teresa asks if I'm okay. Yes, I am okay. Vera throws up a bunch of bacon strips.
In reality, bacon's just fried jerky of pork.
Not necessarily. It's fried salt pork. But...
Okay, so it's super salty jerky pork.
We put for plain. We just add. Like O'Shea said, we use a little bit of milk as a tenderizer and a little bit of. Did you say sugar in yours?
I added just
not
salt.
sugar, salt. Just like a half teaspoon of salt.
and water to make the whole mixture go farther. But
Teresa, this is the topic we wanted to talk about. This is the one that was suggested to me to talk about. Was bacon, or not bacon? Was jerky. Sue Ross wanted to learn how to make jerky, and so O'Shea is my resident jerky expert. So I'm bringing him on and letting him talk. These, by the way, Teresa, are an excellent snack, and with very little sodium, really good. Go ahead, O'Shea. Explain your process.
well, I was like, if anyone got some paper and a pen nearby, I'd give them the recipe for the teriyaki marinade. I was making sure I could remember it. For the teriyaki, it's a cup of brown sugar packed, half a cup soy sauce, salt as desired. You basically stir that together, and I normally put it in a gallon Ziploc bag, and add anywhere between a cup to 2 cups of water so it's thinned out, and then just fill the whole gallon bag with meat.
And if you do want to mention a Bible subject to talk about, we'll get into it after the jerky.
Sue, did you catch all that?
You said half cup of what?
Half cup soy sauce.
Half cup soy sauce?
Mm-hmm. 1 cup brown sugar.
Hold on. Okay.
Salt as desired. And about 2 cups of water. I don't really ever measure mine anymore these days. I just, it looks about enough.
And then after the salt is what?
2 cups of water.
You boil that?
No. Stir it together. Stir the whole concoction together. Add it in a gallon Ziploc bag. That's what I normally do. I have used bowls before. And add meat. Let sit for anywhere from an hour to 8.
Okay, so there it is. Teriyaki recipe. Now, with his hot sauce one, we use a proprietary blend.
I've never looked up a recipe for hot marinade. Maybe once. I got the idea for oil somewhere. But.
You can use milk in place of 1 of the cups of water if you want to use it as a tenderizer in the teriyaki, I believe. The milk soak is what I do if I use the milk soak, I use it as a plain, use the recipe as plain. But yes, milk soak for tenderizing your beef or your venison. My turkey didn't need it.
Basically, the whole reason I put it in milk with some salt was to keep it from, I don't know, going bad while it was sitting in the gallon bag, waiting for its turn on the dehydrator. That was the only real reason I put it into milk, just to give it a substance, and it would tenderize it, I figured, in theory-ish, so.
Well, it does. I mean, that's what milk does, is actually help break down the fibers of the meat.
So it should be a really tasty tender. But for the spicy, I add about half a cup of oil, 2, maybe 3 cups of water. I debated about doing milk, but didn't because I didn't want the milk to
Half cup
count
oil. How much water?
about 2 cups.
Okay. Anything else?
With the teriyaki also, don't forget the pepper. Just add pepper to taste as well. But that's if you want a peppered teriyaki, I guess. But for the spicy, you add pepper, salt, and basically any hot pepper, ground pepper you can find. I also like to throw in pickled jalapeno juice with a few of the jalapenos just for kicks. I've thrown in crushed red pepper along with cayenne and some chili powder and paprika. That seems to go good. That's part of the mixture Dad has.
Okay.
Well, basically, the oil in there helps the oil from the spices to penetrate the meat. And the water keeps the oil from frying the meat while it's dehydrating. So that it can absorb.
Trying to type this out.
Yeah. CJ, good job with the ticker. Do you want to say hi? Say hi. Why don't you go give Dad a hug and kiss and get And Teresa says, so you'll do turkey. How do you do beef the same way? I just wrote it down. Yes, all this I apply across the meat types.
So you use
Yes.
pickled jalapeno and its juice and what else?
Crushed red pepper,
I did
cayenne,
that.
chili powder,
I already did that.
lots of black pepper. Yeah, no, that if you got the oil and the water, that's pretty much it. The oil and the water is your base. You just add any other seasonings you feel like to it.
Okay.
Vera, that sounds like a wonderful idea. Hey, Kay. Kay made it. I don't know if she was here already, but she's here now.
So you'll do the turkey. How do you do the beef? The same way? Yes, the beef and the turkey are the same way.
Just don't use the marinade for one meat for the other. Don't use
Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. That's a little further away from Iowa there. Sister.
It sounds like a good idea, but maybe not that realistic.
Sing me a song about bacon. Sing me a song about its grease. Sing with all your might every day and night. Teresa says, hey, girls, good night and love you all. And she didn't even say the good night thing to me.
Sure. You need to go tell Dad.
Is she ready for bed? Kay says, do I get French toast and eggs with my bacon or cheeseburger? I don't know.
Best of catering services. Sure.
Yeah, see, another lovely piece. Look at this, TJ. I mean, look at that. Doesn't that make your mouth water? He had to shut off his camera. If you do, well, actually, you can do it with steak, Teresa. We typically use a roast for our beef meat.
No idea if they're ready or not.
So, I mean, O'Shea, normally with our venison, we just simply, instead of cutting up the roast, we just simply, or as in, instead of making roast out of it, we just simply make jerky out of the roast. Vera doesn't have any pepper handies. Can you send me the directions for
Paper.
both teriyaki and spicy, please? Yeah. Oh, paper, not pepper. Yes, we can, Vera. We'll definitely make sure we'll send that to you. O'Shea will type it up and send it to you in Messenger or something. Vera says, well, Paul will be there too, so it would be worth your trip. CJ's going to send that to Paul. What? What are you going to send to Paul? My piece of jerky? He can have it when I get through with it, but I don't think he'll like it. Oh.
We'll tell everyone good night.
Teresa says, well, I said it when she was going to you, Brother Levi.
And you can reuse the same marinade. Just I would recommend kind of spicing it back up. Like if you're doing teriyaki, add some more.
Hello, Carol. I can see your comment now.
Or more brown sugar.
Teresa saw you.
Just to
this
give
is the first I've seen in your comments, Carol. What'd you say, O'Shea?
Just to give it its kicks back. You can reuse it, but I wouldn't advise making turkey jerky and then putting venison in that marinade, that same marinade, just because they're different meats.
You look like you're talking to like Amos or somebody right there.
No, I'm talking to myself. Like, I'm internally looking up in my head as I'm talking to myself. And you're hearing the conversation.
It's first stage of insanity, brother.
No, isn't insanity
the second stage is when you start answering yourself. Teresa says, I live in a zoo. If you have a dehydrator, that works really well. If you don't, then what you want to do is use your oven at the lowest settings and use a wire rack when you put this in the oven, so that there's plenty of airflow through onto the pieces from above and below. Put it in on the lowest setting, as I said, probably about 100, 125. I wouldn't put it past like the 200 stage, 200 temperature. And then one of the things you want to do with your, whether you're on the dehydrator or in the oven, you want to make sure you rotate your racks. And I believe you're supposed to rotate it. What is it? A half turn, or is it a quarter turn every like 6 hours, and a rotate position in the stack every 12, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, O'Shea.
What I normally do is at about 12 hours, I just swap all the stacks, put the top on the bottom, put the second, switch it all around, and make sure it's turned about half a turn. But I don't normally do the 6 hour one.
And it comes out wonderfully.
The tablet has 15% left.
We got about 10 minutes.
It should last.
So, I mean, that's how we make jerky. And like I said, if you make jerky, your own jerky, especially if you are raising your own meat, if you're not and you're buying organic or you're buying from the store, whether you buy organic or not, you're still are better off because you know what you're putting into your jerky. You're not letting a lot of chemicals or like nitroglycerides and things that you don't need in there to be in there. It's pretty simple when you're dealing with like brown sugar, water, and what was the other one?
Soy sauce.
Soy sauce.
That's a very necessary ingredient.
I have never made biltong. We've made beef tongue. Well, we've eaten beef tongue. Well, Vera says wait until you get to the third stage and start meditating and interrupting yourself. As long as I'm not poking myself to interrupt myself, that's a good thing. Have we ever baked our bacon? Yes.
I like to fry my bacon in a cast iron skillet.
That's the best way to fry your bacon.
On about medium heat.
I've also tried the twisted bacon, but I haven't been able to keep it twisted for as long as it needed to be. Sue says, thanks so much. Ready to try this soon. Wish I could stay longer, but I have to get some clothes and things ready for my trip tomorrow. Biltong is just air dried without heat. Otherwise, it is like jerky. One of the things I want to get this year is an air fryer because it sounds very interesting. I have a problem with grease. And so my fried chicken, which I absolutely love, is becoming something that we can rarely have because the grease turns my stomach. So I would like to try an air fryer. But the biltong, I'm gonna have to look into the biltong and see what I can come up with. Air dried without heat. I mean, the dehydrator obviously uses heat. O'Shea, what he does is he'll actually use the dehydrator on our peppers, and that's why I say it's a proprietary blend. What we used this year for our hot peppers is we had 3 7-pot peppers, which are the chocolate douglas, which are like the third hottest pepper in the world. Going from anywhere 980,000 Kelvin to like
12
over
million,
3 million or something like that.
Yeah. 3 million.
Over 3 million. And then we also use the Chinese 5-color pepper, which yields a ton of peppers, very beautifully colored, very nicely flavored, when heat-wise is about 5 times hotter than a jalapeno. But is still pretty low on the heat scale. What?
Even if you don't like hot peppers, I kind of recommend getting that Chinese 5-color because it's a very ornamental plant.
Beautiful plant. And I'm sure you can find somebody you can give the hot peppers to.
And the handle's being potted very well.
Teresa offers prayers and love to Sister Sue as she gets ready for her trip tomorrow. Carol likes it both ways. Is that in regard to bacon and fried? Okay, that's bacon. But she's afraid of those things. I'm not sure which things.
Probably the
air fryers. Probably. So George gives me a recipe. I'm going to go search that one up.
Yeah, it was a link for that biltong.
Yes, I'm gonna go look that.
And to think about having the devil over here watching the stream, I can actually see the links properly.
Carol corrects herself, of course, but Teresa says, so you all don't go out to eat much, do you? No, I've got 5 kids. I do not have the money to go out and eat very often.
But we do, on the occasion, like to storm buffets.
We will, about once a year, right around tax time, go out and we'll take everybody out, take the kids out to at least one of the buffets, whether it be like Pizza Ranch or our, what did I just say that was? What was that buffet, Chinese
Supreme
buffet?
Chinese buffet.
The what?
Hibachi grill.
The hibachi grill and Supreme. Yes. Good night. Oh, let's go.
Sure, go with Lucia. It's bedtime.
Vera says, I like fried bacon, but we do baked bacon occasionally. I like to make bacon cups using a muffin tin. They can be used for holding mini omelets, mini meatloafs, etc. Night night. Sleep tight. Not in my ear. Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams. Love you too. Peaceful rest. God bless. Make sure you tell them. God bless.
Good night, everyone.
God bless.
Good night, Shua.
Good night, Shua.
They all say good night.
Is CJ gonna make a voice appearance?
I don't know. It looks like he might.
By the way, I love hibachi grill.
He loves hibachi grills.
Shua, they all say good night.
Teresa says she understands that. Carol says that she was talking about the air fryers. Carol doesn't really like to cook, but she has to. George says good night, Shua.
All right, you better go get to bed now.
Teresa says there they are. Good night, girls. Love y'all. And Carol says good night as well. There he is.
Now, whether he'll load on my end, I don't know.
Bacon cups, Teresa, is basically where you take the muffin tin, the muffin pan, you turn it upside down, and you lay your strips of bacon around each cup, and to form each of the muffin indentations to form a cup, and you bake it. Yes. Not that one. Come on. It's time to wrap the bacon up.
You want me to go in there?
Yeah, it's better if you sing from in here.
Okay, see you all in a minute.
CJ wants to sing I know my name, or I know, the book of my, I know my name is in the book of life. Would have been nice if you given me the number as well, but I can find it. My name is not in this. Hello again, y'all. CJ, I don't have it in the red one here, so I'll have to go to the blue one. You'll need to find it there. Find in the book of life? No, find I Walk with the King. No. I'll get this one. No, I know what it is in this book. Teresa says, oh, okay, never thought about that. Never did that either, says Carol. You find out, you find really wonderful little ways to do things. For example, you can get English muffins or bagels from the store. Um, and O'Shea learned this trick where he uses like a large canning jar lid, and he then fries his scrambled egg in that, and he then puts it on top of that. We have small little sausage patties you can either buy or you can make. We usually get our sausage in 10-pound tubes, so we make our own, and add a slice of cheese, and there you got your sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin or bacon or biscuit or bagel.
What we did that time was we took the canning jar lid, or the ring, just the ring, set it in our frying pan, put in pancakes mixture. We greased it well, and put in pancake mixture. Let that cook for a minute, or for a few seconds. Then we drizzled some syrup on top of the batter, flipped it, let that cook till it was done, popped it out of the ring, set it off to the side, did another one the same way, set that off to the side. Then we took our scrambled egg mixture, make sure the ring is greased well, and we cooked the scrambled egg, and then we took the two pancake and put the scrambled egg in between it. It was a really good breakfast sandwich. And of course, you can add bacon or sausage to that as well.
So I mean, you can you can find ways at home to do it yourself, and a lot of times people will do that exact thing, and will freeze them up, and then all I have to do is pop them into the microwave when they get ready to have breakfast, so they can make up breakfast for several days in advance, and there you have it. We don't. It never lasts that long. Teresa says, I need those recipes. I'm not going to remember that. My name is in the book of life. Oh, bless the name of Jesus. I rise above all doubt and strife and read my title clear. I know, my name is there. I know, my name is written there. My name was stood with sinners lost and bore a painful record, but by his blood the Savior crossed and placed it on his roll. I truly know. My name is there. I know, my name is there. My name is written there. Yet inward troubles often cast a shadow o'er my title, but now with full salvation blessed, praise God, it's ever clear. I truly know. My name is there. I know, my name is there. My name is written there. While others climb through worldly strife to carve a name of honor, high up in heaven's book of life, my name is written there. I truly know. My name is there. I know, my name is there. My name is written there. Carol says she's through with typing. You're going to need this one, bud. There.
Hey, CJ, can I hear you?
Carol loves sausage. She's in. We'll try to put up some of these for your use, some of these tips that we've learned, because hey, we're all about sharing this type of stuff. Anything that makes it easier on your journey on this earth, especially making it easier. Something that'll make it easier if you just want to cook on the go.
CJ?
Is CJ there?
Ooh.
There
Yes.
he comes back.
Hey, there's CJ.
I'm not gonna switch mics tonight because
Come,
when
let
I
us
did
walk
that,
with the king, he says. Yes, let's do it.
He says I'm not going to switch mics tonight. You ready?
yep.
Yep, I'm ready.
He says yep.
Let's go.
I walk with the king.
I walk with the
I walk with
king.
the king to heavenly land, the kingdom of light,
The kingdom of light,
the pathway of right, eternal his throne, forever 'twill be,
forever
to mansions on high, a crown there for me. I walk with the King through pastures so green, by quiet waters still, to His good will.
He lighteth the way
From darkness to day,
from darkness
all
to
to His hand. I walk with the King.
I walk with the King.
I walk with the King. His child ever be. His child ever be.
Glad tidings to
Glad tidings to bring, His blessings to see, His blessings to see.
His love floods my soul.
His love floods my soul with glory divine, with glory divine.
His riches and wealth.
His riches and wealth, His treasures are
blessings are
mine.
I walk with the King.
I walk with the King through pastures so green, by quiet waters still, by quiet waters still, to do His good will, to do His good will. He lighteth the way. From darkness to day, I'll hold to His hand, I'll hold to His hand. I walk with the King.
I walk with the King.
I walk with the King, though dark be the way, though dark be the way.
He is the true light.
He is the true light, the kingdom of day, the kingdom of day.
Someday on yon shore.
Someday on yon shore, I'll hear His voice say, I'll hear His voice say,
Come home, you're my child.
come home, you're my child, 'tis evening past day.
I walk with the King.
I walk with the King
Through pastures so green.
through pastures so green, by quiet waters still, by quiet waters still, to do His good will, to do His good will.
He lighteth the way.
He lighteth the way.
From darkness to day.
From darkness to day, I'll hold to His hand, I'll hold to His hand. I walk with the King. Amen. Let us walk with the King each day of our lives. That way, whether we wake tomorrow to serve Him here on this earth, or we wake tomorrow up there to serve Him, you know where we'll be, because we'll be, and we'll see you then. God bless.